Hi, it's Cindy with the Port Huron Recreation Department. Today we're going to be working on some snowflakes that you can hang in your window, and also a little polar bear that is made from the fork method again, like we did we did Christmas trees kind of like that. So I figured we'll try what was something a little more wintry for, well, the weather that we're supposed to be having. So let's get started. So today we're going to make, these are the snowflakes, like that. They are made out of toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls. So put those guys in there. And then here's another one. You can see that. Let's put it down. That. Probably a little easier to see. There. A little bit of lighting shadows going on, but I think you can see it good. So we'll get started on showing you how to put these things together. First, you're going to start with a paper towel or toilet paper roll. You're going to cut off an end. Squeeze it first. I'm going to get these little guys on here. Don't worry so much about them. They'll tuck in and glue. They'll kind of glue down later. But you want to get about 3/8 of an inch wide. So that's just an eighth under a half of an inch. Use your ruler. Here's mine. So you don't, just for the first one, really. So I'm gonna go about there. If it's anywhere in between that and a half inch, you're probably good. I just kind of eyeball it for the first one anyway, because what I do is I'll cut it, and I think I want it about right there. So try to cut it straight across. You end up with this little loop, and you can put it right over the paper towel or toilet paper roll. Hold it there, and you can kind of see a line. You're going to cut along that line while you're holding this one, so you don't have to do a bunch of measuring. Cut all the way across, and you get another one. Just keep the one that you've had in your hand again, and just do it again. Watch your fingers in the back, because mine tend to have been getting in the way a little bit, but I've been lucky. I still have all my fingers. No injuries. I'll just finish this roll. One more, I think. I've been tossing the extra little pieces because they're not as wide, but if you're doing a bunch of these, you can definitely save them all and then use the thinner ones for if you want to make a whole nother one with all just the thin ones. Or you can make some other design. You can make some higher and some lower in here. These are approximately 3/8 to a half an inch, and this one's a little thinner, but if you went in here, you could make them like that, some big and some smaller. Alright, so you basically take these guys, and I'll try to, maybe we won't have so many shadows. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I don't think that's going to correct itself. Okay, let's make sure you're in vision. So I went ahead and I cut up a bunch of these. I got a handful of those, and then I took some and I folded them in half like this. Just push the ends together and then squeeze that side so they look like that. And sometimes they get kind of funky like this because it's on a crease. That's all right. You can barely tell. Probably can't tell where they are in here either. So you basically lay out a pattern, a shape that you want to go with. And you can do 5, you can do 6, whatever you want. I'll go with 6 this time. And then, so 6, I mean 6 quadrants. These were 5, so I started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one too was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I built out from that. You could even start with these little guys in the very center. The sky's the limit, really. You could try something like this and have them something like that. But the key is to, when you're gluing these together, I'm going to just start with 2 of the bigger ones together. Doing the sides that are going to touch. So, kind of like this. And then you can hold this together. That. And then you can add the next one. Okay. Okay, let's put that guy there. Just make sure that they are kind of flat. You've got a whole surface going flat, so they're not off to the side and stuff. So it's going to look something like that. And we can add in another. This and painting it are the most time-consuming parts of it, but it's so cute. I think it's worth it. So I haven't connected everything completely. I'll add the one more, since I said I was going to do 6 this time. I'm going to just do it like this. And I'll do 2 at once. Just be careful. It does get kind of hot. Cardboard's pretty thick, so it kind of protects it. If you end up putting too much and you squeeze out the sides, it'll definitely be hot on your thumb if you're holding it like I am. So just watch out for that. We've got 6 all together here. Again, you're going to have the cobwebs that we always get from using hot glue. Try to keep them to a minimum, but towards the end you can basically go back through and pick them off if you want to. So for this one, let's just do a couple more. You can kind of scrunch them so they get a little bit of a shape before you actually glue them in. So I'll put this guy, well, I'm going to glue this part. See that little guy that's sticking up? We're going to hide that. And when I start putting it in between something else, I do 2 sides. Okay, wait with me. And then hold it together like that. Slide it in and let it open. And you basically can squeeze that part because you know those 2 outsides are touching. You want to keep the distance from the middle to the point right there the same as you go around. And we got cobwebs there. So go kind of in the middle there, in the middle. And watching for that distance there. Squish it down. And then, like, I didn't squeeze these out like I did last time. You can shape it all up again in the very end when you're ready to actually paint it. Or if you want, you can also just leave it plain. It's kind of pretty. I really like this one, just the way it is. We'll put a little glitter or something on that one. But, so if you're getting the idea, there is one more step that I did. I took one of these little folded in half ones, and then I went and I cut it. So, just like this. So you have a half of a roll, like that. These guys, you can glue right in there, too. So this one, you're going to have, you may have a little bit of an angle here like that. That's okay. The glue will make up for it. I glue the very end on these. That way it glues the end and it'll tuck into this guy here. So just like that. And then I'll squeeze the whole thing like that together. So I've already got paint on my hands. I think that was from earlier. But there's that. And again, you just keep on going around until you end up with something like this. This is a little more detailed than this one. But they turned out pretty cute. I'll finish this one up later too and get that one probably on the pictures too. I suggest if you're going to paint these, spray paint them if you can. Make sure you get in all the nooks and crannies of it. Turn it over if you do want it to be able to be seen on both sides. It's a little tricky when you're using a brush because you're pushing down into the little cracks and crevices. You can see that I didn't get it all, but I'm not too worried about it because the main part that you see is the white. So, and if I saw that I missed a spot, I'd go back to it. So now I'm going to put a little bit of, this one I was thinking about putting some of this on it. This is that really fluffy stuff that I had before. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue in my palette. Make sure we're still in the camera. All right. A little glue in here. Okay, that's taking a while. There. So I'm just pouncing it on the ends here. You could fill up a saucer or something and do this. These flakes are pretty puffy, so it may even make this design go away somewhat, so you wouldn't see as much detail. You want to make sure that you get the glue on every spot, every, you know, the top surface here. And it's okay if it goes down in there too a little bit. That's okay, because, you know, no snowflake is the same. Everyone's different, kind of like fingerprints. And if you want to post a link about that down below in the comments, that would be kind of cool. Something extra for people to check out. I'd probably appreciate it. So I got one little guy that he was a little shorter. It looks like I used him. He might have even gotten twisted a little bit, but that's all right. Okay, I think it's all covered. I'm just pouncing this on here, tapping it really. Make sure you wash out your brush so that you don't have glue in it for next time you want to use it. And I'll take this and kind of turn it over into this fluff. See what happens. Push down kind of hard to make sure it gets in there. Do like a little bit of a snow angel thing here so it gets all in the nooks and crannies. And then I'm going to tap it off a little bit. Ooh, that's kind of cute. Well, I guess you can see the detail in there. Let's see how good you can see. Oh yeah, that's pretty cute. All right, I know this is gonna kind of come off for a little while until it actually dries. Like the little flakes will come off, but I'm gonna still go ahead and I'm gonna add something, maybe not that one. I'm gonna add these little beads. Try it first with this glue. I'm gonna make a little glob right in the middle. So got a little glob. I'm gonna put 3 beads here. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's kind of cute. So I'll set this one aside, let it dry. And then the other thing that you want to do maybe is thread some fishing wire through here, and you can hang it up. You could also, before you paint it, I'd punch some holes in here, maybe one at a time on either side of the thing that this end that's sticking up. You could also add something that would hang down below, like a little teardrop crystal or something. So it would kind of be more like a sun catcher at that point if you put it in the window. Maybe I'll add something to them, one or the others. We'll see. But there's that. There's the brown one, just a plain one. I think he looks like kind of a country type of a snowflake. So I think I want to just put maybe some silver, where is it? Silver glitter on him. That'd be pretty cute. Let's see if I can get, maybe I can just use this again. This is the glitter. It's called Buffalo Snow Flurries White and Iridescent Flake Blend. You might be able to get this at the dollar store even. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to attempt this right now. Okay. We're going to do something else. I'll just do it right on top of this. I think it was going to be just a little too messy. I don't have a funnel right now, and I don't know. It gets kind of staticky, so I don't know how well it would go back in. We'll just do the glue on here again, generously. And all over. So you can kind of see the glue a lot better on this. See how it's glopping up in some of the spots? Maybe you could, if you don't want that, you could kind of tap it down some more and it'll spread around a little bit more. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cute the way it is. We'll see how it turns out with the glitter. All right. I think we're almost there. I have a plan on how I'm going to get this glitter on here without sprinkling it all over. Okay. Move this off to the side. And I got a little bit of glitter from the other one, so I'm going to shake that off into the garbage. Shake it. Get it out there. Alright. Try it on this side. And I'm just going to dump it all over here. The only thing about this little shaker is I can't put the glitter back in, so I'm going to have to find someplace else to put it. The fun times of glitter. Alright, let's see. There's one little piece of that other stuff here. That out. Okay. And we'll turn this over. Pressing it in there, and shake it around a little. Oh, wow. Okay. If you do miss some spots where it didn't go on as thick as you want, like right there, you could probably just put a little glue on there and flip it over again. Try to get that in the puddles more that we've got. Oh, it's cute. Yeah, I think that's a higher spot right there, so that might be why. I can probably sprinkle it on right there. And right there. That's how you fix it. Got her done there. Okay, let's see if there's any other spots. Oh, maybe right there. Now I'm getting glue on my brush with my, I'm getting glitter on my brush with my glue, so gotta watch that. Make sure I do wash it pretty thoroughly. Okay, I'm pretty happy. It's pretty cute. You could leave it like this, or you could add something to it. I will fold this up. That way the glitter stays in there and I can deal with that later. And this one, I could put a little star right there. That would look cute. Alright. Now that I've set it down there, use the hot glue for this one. Make another little blob. That way it'll stay. And then I'm going to let it dry. It's cute. Alright, I'll pick it up. There we go. That's our glittery little snowflake. He looks pretty homey, country style. I don't know. But the other one's drying. And they're there. Really cute. Alright, so we've got one more project that we're going to do. It's kind of a quick one, easier for the little ones. Oh, you know what? There's also these little sparkly gemstones that you could use on these. Those are pretty fun. Use little tweezers to set them. Or if you've got one of those nail tools that's got the wax at the end, you could hit it and then stick it where you want it. It's pretty easy that way. And then it's got this other tool at the end that you can kind of move it around if you need to. Alright, so this little guy. So this is the fork polar bear. I had a paper plate, so I used it, a blue one. And if you have blue construction paper or cardstock, you could do that too. They look pretty cute. But I had these and I thought, well, that's so cute for a little polar bear face. So I just am kicking off my shoes so I can get in here. Got my white paint. And this is just like too easy. So I'm just putting a dab of glue in the middle. I mean, not glue, sorry, paint. And I'm going to take my fork and slide it out. Actually, I'm going to slide it back in. So pretend that's not there. I'm going to take my fork and dip it in here. Then I'm going to slide it to the center. Slide it to the center. And every time I'm sliding it to the center, it's picking up more paint. So, see how that's working? Just like that. So, go all the way around. It's okay if you get it on the sides or whatever. This little thing, we'll put an ear there or something. That way you can't tell. I have another one that I started too. So this paint is dry. Well, drier. At least that'll be easier. Okay, so now we did a perimeter. I start in the middle and get some on. Pick up some paint here and go a little bit closer in. Closer in. And pick up more paint as we drag it through the middle. So then just go in a little further. And if you want to go back through to make it so it's a little more messy or a little whiter, you could do that. Just go to different lengths out there. Like even if you want to start here, you're in the middle more. So that's it. That's his little face. And so that's how I got that. And I didn't do anything ahead of time for this one because I figured it'd be a little easier for you to get the gist of it. I've got scrap cardstock in white and in gray. This is from something that we just did. Oh, this is from that haunted house. This was the top to make the very top of the roof. So I'm going to set that aside, and I got my Sharpie here. I'm going to draw some ears. Well, I'm going to draw one ear. This is the way to make it so you're doing things evenly. I'll go over here. I want my little ear to be about like that. So, yeah, it's a good size. What you can do is you can fold it back so you can still see your markings. Just fold it. I'm not going to fold it all the way because I may want to use this later, but For this, I'll just cut it out both sides. Try to keep your paper from sliding. This way, both of your ears will be the same size. Or at least pretty close, because it will move a little bit. So, you got 2 ears, just like that. Alright, then we're going to do the insides of his ears. So we'll say it's going to look about that big. Could be bigger. Alright, so we'll fold this over and cut this one out. And it's just a U, basically. Gonna look like that. And then we'll make a little face. So the same idea. So usually a little bear, and if you look at him straight on, his nose kind of looks like a circle. So we're going to do the best we can at doing a circle, or if you have something already, I'm looking, that has a circle that you want for the size that you want. I'm looking. I've got this bottle, solder stuff. It is about 2 inches in diameter, so I'm going to go in. I've got this little measuring thing here. It's kind of lucky that I had it, but I'm going to measure in about 1 inch to the edge there and just trace it. Try not to get on your, well, if you don't care about the bottle, then you can get it on the bottle, but watch out for your work surface though. See, it does kind of make a little bit of a mess there, but I don't really care because that was okay to use. So if you're thinking about something that is somebody else's, you might want to ask first before you just grab it. I'm going to cut this out now. When I'm done, it should be about a circle. And, you know, bear faces are not exact circles either, so it's okay if it's not exactly a circle. But there's that his little face. This is where his little nose will go. And this is where we can start drawing a little oval, shaded in. You seeing it? And then a little nose part and a little mouth part. And we can put little whisker spots. He needs eyes. Let's see if this is dry enough. It's kind of sticky. If it's dry enough though, you could do eyes. I'm just going to use some Elmer's glue to glue the ears together. I think I can get enough here and just paint it right on. So, got that there. A little sticky. And then I made it like that on the other side, so we'll do it like that on that side. You could also turn it upside down. You can still see my drawing mark, but maybe I'll just trace it and it'll look like it's supposed to be there. It'll define his features a little more. Okay, there's some ears and a mouth. So we need some eyes. Wow. Okay, we've got felt, don't we? We've got black construction paper somewhere. Well, we also have this. So what I'm gonna do is just color a couple eyes. I'm just improvising here. So I'll draw just a half a circle, maybe like that, colored in just so I know what's what there. And then I'll draw another half circle, try to match it up. So it's close. And then same thing that I did before. I think this one's a little there. Just kind of eyeball it. You can measure it too. See if you got pretty close. I'm not going to worry about it though. But you got 2 eyes potentially. Cut them out. You know, you could do that other trick that I showed you. Do half of a circle from something that you traced. Or you can eyeball it. Haha. Eyeball your eyeballs. Alright. That one shot away. Where'd he go? Okay, so we got eyeball and an eyeball. I'm just going to color on top of here so I don't mess up my work surface. And I might want to trim up the eyes a little bit if I think it needs it, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh no, that's fine. All right, get this guy done too. Okay. And there's 2 eyes. So we just glue them all down. I'll use Elmer's glue and I think that'll be good. When I'm gluing stuff, I don't use a whole lot of glue, so you don't always see white there. It's pretty clear. That way it spreads around a little more consistently and it doesn't move when you actually stick it down. So I'll get the eyeballs on here. This actually works out because sometimes the nose has this little bridge here and we can use that part. If you guys end up doing this, maybe try to remember where you had the topmost scratches from your fork and place it just outside of that spot, because the eyes rest right around the side of that, like that. And then we can do the ears. The ears you can kind of curl a little bit, and that way they'll sit, if you do have the plate, they'll sit in here and stay in there. It's probably going to want to pull up, and you might want to set something in there, but let me curl that guy. But the glue that I did earlier is even pretty set now too, so when you're doing it thinner, it'll dry quicker too. But you know, you always want enough to where if you pull it away, it's still a little tacky. So there's our bear. Oh, he turned out really cute. Alrighty, well thanks for joining me, and we look forward to your comments, your likes, and your questions. And if you have any extra information or want to do something else that's some kind of other activity, we'd be happy to check out what you submit and hopefully get that in on one of these sessions. And there we go. Take care.